Cities are responsible for a large part of the climate change issue, consuming more than 3/4 of the world energy and producing about 2/3 of the greenhouse gas emissions. And transport is one of the main contributors to such figures. If the cities want to mitigate their impact on climate change, cities must develop and implement wise policies, supported by a clear vision and based on empirical evidence.
Suurten infraratkaisujen lisäksi pienemmilläkin asioilla voi olla yllättävän paljon merkitystä. Jo nyt polkupyörä on usein kaikkein nopein kulkutapa kaupungissa, mutta se ei välttämättä näy arjen päätöksissä. Päätökset liikkumisesta tehdään lopulta yksilötasolla ja usein arjen kiireessä. Esimerkiksi ennakoitava ja hyvä talvikunnossapito tai mahdollisuus maksaa pankkikortilla bussissa voivat madaltaa kynnystä muuttaa arkeen juurtuneita tapoja kestävimmiksi.
At the moment, there is a danger that we only wait for technological solutions, such as electric vehicles, or wait for actions on some other political level, such as the EU. However, cities have to be brave and implement effective and equitable solutions that we already have at our disposal. These solutions range from street infrastructure changes to pedestrian zones and road pricing, and have been implemented by cities ranging in scale, from Paris to Stockholm to Utrecht to Ljubljana. In the past, these and other cities have faced initial opposition to change, as many people are reluctant to change their behavior. Eventually, after introducing these measures, such as pedestrian zones or road pricing, the public has seen the benefits of different lifestyles and living environment, and have actually been grateful for these changes. One key misunderstanding is that we can achieve carbon neutrality while still having as many car trips as we have nowadays. Total demand for car travel has to go down, including both the number of trips and their kilometers traveled. Even if these vehicles would somehow become electric overnight, their overall footprint from mining and battery production and battery disposal would not reduce, and most likely we will not have enough rare materials for all these batteries. Another key misunderstanding is the assumption that we should have all transport modes being equal. This is false equality and actually leads to a very unfair distribution of accessibility as well as resources primarily dedicated to the passenger car. We also have to remember that not everyone is able to drive, such as elderly or children. So we need a fairer distribution of accessibility for sustainable transport modes.
Liikkumisen suunnittelussa nopeuden tavoittelusta on tärkeää kääntää huomio yhä enemmän kaupunkiliikenteen ympäristökuormaan miellyttävyyttä unohtamatta. Kestävimmän vaihtoehdon tulisi aina olla se mukavin ja ennakoitavin, vaikkei se voisikaan aina olla nopein. Ei siis auta, jos luovumme auton käytöstä itse, mutta tilaamme ruuan kuriireilla kotiin, tai autolla tehtävän mökkireissun sijasta lennämmekin viikonlopuksi Berliiniin. Kaupunkien kokonaiskestävyyttä voi tukea monimuotoisella kaupunkirakenteella, siis luomalla kaupunkeja, jotka kutsuvat viihtymään lähellä kaikkina vuoden aikoina.
It is interesting to see e-scooters and similar micromobility solutions appear on our streets. It is nice to use mobility as a service apps for improving our trip chain. And it will be fun to get carried around the streets in an electro-automated vehicle. However, expecting that these will solve any climate issue by themselves is just a dream. Instead, we should think about how to leverage such technologies to achieve more ambitious targets, and that is ultimately the goal of a smart city.
We have plenty of effective solutions already available, without the need to wait for uncertain technological development. One clear example is comprehensive parking policy, which would reduce total supply, relocate supply away from on-street spots, and manage demand through semi-dynamic pricing with clear user categories, including benefits for those who might be transport poor and need to drive for basic employment. Similar actions for changing street space could focus on flexible street furniture, as these actions are very effective for curbing unnecessary car traffic and changing behavior towards using more sustainable modes. Such changes in street space would also help with having more green areas in the city, which would help adaptation efforts.
Kaupungit tekevät paljon hyödyllisiä ilmastotekoja ja niitä on syytä jatkaa määrätietoisesti silloinkin, kun akuutimmat kriisit vievät huomiota. Tavat myös juurtuvat nuorena, joten tulevaisuuteen katsovista teoista ei saisi tinkiä. Esimerkiksi joukkoliikenteen käytön mahdollistaminen koululaisille edullisilla hinnoilla tai maksuttomasti, tai pyöräilyyn kannustaminen koulumatkoilla palkitsee pidemmän päälle. Uudet mobiilit aineistot avaavat aivan uusia mahdollisuuksia liikkumisvirtojen seurantaan, ja ne voivat paljastaa, ollaanko menossa kestävämpään suuntaan. Jos kehitys ei ole toivotun suuntaista, on nopeita interventioita tärkeää miettiä heti. Esimerkiksi kaupunkipyörien käytössä on nähty merkittävä pudotus. Tällaisissa tilanteissa nopea selvitys on tarpeen. Mistä muutokset johtuvat, mihin muualle ne heijastuvat, mitä voidaan tehdä nopealla aikataululla tilanteen korjaamiseksi.
Future multimodal mobility and traffic management should involve in an integrated way both the supply, that is infrastructure and mobility services, and the demand, namely how much and how people travel. And this is where technology and smart mobility can play a role by adding dynamic components, such as multimodal dynamic routing recommendations, personalized fares, improved adaptive network and traffic management. And having multiple modes of transportation available also helps cities adapt to a changing climate and improve their resilience. For example, if one transport network fails in the event of a natural catastrophe or some other unexpected crisis, there are other ways to move efficiently through a city.